A quiet hallway inside the American Reproductive Center, moments before a blast.
Holy smokes! How are you good people doing, my American brothers and sisters? Welcome to the channel. I am Ty Smith. You're watching my channel, Modern Renaissance Man, which I'm greatly appreciative of. Make sure you guys are following me on the platforms that you see above and below. Click the thumbs up button right now. That way my content can stay consistently recommended to you. When you do subscribe to my channel, make sure you click the bell notification that will allow you to select all notifications. That way you'll be notified when I post videos like this. Last but not least, don't forget to check out my other YouTube channel called Man, Husband, Father, okay? And everything I'm asking you guys to do on this channel, make sure you do it over there as well, okay? Appreciate you all. Guys, I know y'all wanted me to cover this story, but I want to give it a little bit of time because sometimes, you know, it's up to my discretion. Sometimes I get a story say, oh, somebody blew up this and that happened. Boom. A lot of times I like to wait sometimes for the more details to come out, more footage, more information. That way I'm able to provide you guys with the whole overall story. But you saw the beginning of this video, right? That is completely wild. I mean, when you hear stuff like this, you just get to thinking like, how did they even think of this? How did they even get the materials to do this? What made them do this? I mean, some of this stuff is just weird, which is what we're getting ready to see right here in this particular news clip.
Now at 9, new video showing the powerful Palm Springs clinic explosion and the second suspects now in custody. Tragedy on a SoCal school campus. What we're learning about the death of a teenager. And President Trump announces a new travel ban. The countries on the list and why. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Pat Harvey. Now, developments tonight in the Palm Springs fertility clinic bombing. A man is in custody, accused of providing the suicide bomber with chemicals. KCAL's Leslie Marin joins us now to explain how the two allegedly work together.
Self-deletion bomber?
Yeah, a lot to get into tonight, Pat. FBI investigators believe they met online before then meeting up in person months before the attack. Oh, well, tonight we are getting that new video from inside the fertility clinic that shows just how strong this blast was.
A fertility clinic.
A quiet hallway inside the American Reproductive Center, moments before a blast. FBI investigators now say the bomb that exploded outside the clinic was made with ammonium nitrate, a volatile fertilizer. Investigators say it was allegedly secured by this man, 32-year-old Daniel Park.
Park was in possession of an explosive recipe that was similar to the Oklahoma City bombing.
Dang! How'd they get that? And by the way, when guys, we just saw that footage before it blew up. It seemed like that happened on May 17th at 10:48. So it seemed like that was a Saturday at 10:48 a.m. or it could have been p.m. I really wasn't sure, but thank God they weren't open.
We believe that Park had knowledge of how to create an ampho bomb, ammonium nitrate fuel oil bomb.
You just gave the recipe away, sir. He said we believe he had a recipe to make a bomb. No way. That huge explosion like that. Of course he had a recipe. No, I'm not, y'all. Look, I'm sorry. Let me calm down a little bit. But did he not just give out what type of recipe this probably was? Yeah. The person that are baking these cookies, they probably gave out the recipe of having flour, brown sugar, chocolate chips, a little salt, little sugar, and eggs. And you just told the recipe, man. Let me stop.
Park is accused of securing and sending Guy Bartkus 270 pounds of ammonium nitrate in the months and days leading up to the fertility clinic attack. Investigators also say the two met up to experiment with the explosive.
You use fertilizer to try to blow. I mean, you didn't try. You used fertilizer to blow up a fertility clinic. Did this say that they experimented? How? What does this experiment look like? Go with me here, guys. And I know y'all like, dude, quit pausing. But I told you if you want to watch this on your own, you see it right there. Go there and watch the whole thing on entirety. And go watch it in its entirety right there. See, when you experiment with something, how do you do that? How do you know, okay, boom, that was a small boom. Oh, that was a big boom. Oh, that was a real bigger boom. Now, if we did this, it's going to be huge. How are they experimenting? Y'all get what I'm saying? Like, how? Like when I experimented, we were kids during like around the 4th of July, we would tie various firecrackers together and see which one gave a bigger explosion. Ooh, what if we put an M80 with these black cats? What if we put an M80 on this? You know what I'm saying? That's what if we put this M80, okay, put the wick, make the wick real small on the M80 and put the longer wick on this big bottle rocket. By the time it shoots up in the air, maybe it's going to light the one on the M80. And then this, I'm sorry, that's what we did. We did it in open, safe areas, but I'm just saying. That's how we experimented. But for them to say that they experimented with this, how?
Park spent approximately 2 weeks visiting Barkis's residence in 29 Palms in late January and early February, running experiments in Barkis's garage. On
May 17th, the FBI says Barkis drove a bomb to the American Reproductive Center in Palm Springs, where he carried out what is now being called a suicide bombing.
Obviously.
No indication that there were other targets, and our analysis is still trying to determine exactly how much explosives.
Investigators say Park and Barkis connected online over their shared anti-natalist ideology.
I knew it. Anti-natalist. That means they're like on a weird, they're like on this weird eugenics Thanos like type stuff, like people who, how dare, life shouldn't be because life is so terrible. Humans are terrible. There should be no more births or anything like that. We are the problem. We are the reason why Earth is like it is. It's just they think strange, but this seemed to be a little extreme though right here. And then the fact that they went to a fertility clinic. Well, he went to a fertility clinic to try to blow it up, whatever like that. I mean, you do know there are other fertilities around. You do know that there are going to be ways that they're going to rebuild this one right here. So the only person he took out from this world was himself.
Anti-natalist extremists believe that people shouldn't be born without their consent and that life is suffering.
Brian Levin is the founder of the Center for the Study of Hate and Extremism.
We are now seeing a disturbing set of high-intensity targeted attacks this year at a time when threats go beyond traditional areas like religion and race and are now hitting obscure types of movements.
The FBI says the men were not on their radar.
We must strive to prevent anything like this from happening again. We want to learn everything about the ideology involved in this.
Investigators conducted search warrants.
Start with Bill Gates. I mean, he definitely should be on y'all radar. Let me ask y'all something here. I'm going to poke a little bit. I'm going to do a little bit of poking here. Poke. This is a fertility clinic that they did this to. Now they know what they bought, where it came from, how many pounds it was, what they used, their possible recipe, how they met up, how they came together, how they experimented and all that. But we cannot figure out how a dude that was on a roof tried to take now President Trump's head off. But we don't know nothing about him. Yeah, okay. I just want to leave it in there for food for thought. Let's keep going.
It's at Park's Washington State home. They say they don't believe he was in California at the time of the bombing, but say he traveled to Poland days after. Overnight, he was arrested at New York's JFK airport. Federal officials have classified the attack as domestic terrorism. And Park was charged with providing material to support terrorists. Now, during a federal court appearance in Brooklyn today, he waived his right to a detention hearing. He will be transferred to L.A. to face charges. Pat.
That is unbelievable, folks, that people in their beliefs, this is so crazy. People have such disregard for life that an ideology and what you believe in can cause you to go this far down that dark path to where you are willing to take other people's lives because you feel that lives shouldn't be lived. That makes absolutely no sense to me. And again, since they were talking about this ideology of this anti-natal type extremist, start with Bill Gates. I bet they won't go down that route because he's definitely all about this. He said it out loud. Start with him. Look to see if they might have had any ties to reading any of his books or any of his ideologies, because he could be the very real reason why this happened. Y'all, it's not going to happen, though, because, that's way too out there, Ty. That's way too far-fetched. They're getting their thoughts and their ideology and their narratives from somewhere, from somebody. This is like some goddamn on weird Thanos-like type stuff right here. If you don't know who that is and what it's about, I know. But I am a huge Marvel DC fan, so leaving it at that. What are you guys' thoughts on this? Do y'all think that this is strange that he would do this? Like, do you think that he was really trying to target someone? Because if he was, he didn't do anything. I mean, they were smart enough to put all this together. They were smart enough to meet and do experiments and all this, but yet he was smart enough to see when the business hours were, when they were going to be operating to try to do this, but yet he did it on a Saturday, like at 10 a.m. or 10 p.m., when it seems to me that business hours were not on those days. Yeah, not too smart. And at the same time, maybe he just wanted to do this to send a message. With that being said, folks, y'all let me know what y'all think about this by putting it in the comment section after this video. Do not forget to do what y'all see in this animation right here. Please do this. Please, please, please. I'm begging you, do this. If you want to see the next video that I will be doing in chronological order, it's going to be the one up there. Videos I did as of yesterday that you may have missed right here. I am Ty Smith, Modern Renaissance Man, and I hope and pray that every last one of you guys have food, shelter, and clothing. Most of all, praying every last one of you guys are in great health, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. God bless you all through Jesus.